his life. That was 20
at Michigan. Turnover. Cadeau on the run out. Lindeborg's running with him. He's run hard, and he wants a highlight.
They could jump to #1. Crazy as that is.
Easily. Lindeborg, yikes, and a foul.
He talked about the flow. It's a pretty clean game right now.
Bynum is down on the other side. Lendeborg in the fast break with the
Chicken Fork, Utah. Lendeborg, stop and go. Oh, that's great!
So desperate to get their first real signature win of the season. Mara.
Nice help. Nice cut.
Lendeborg!
Just suffocating playing this Michigan team and others when you're understaffed.
fans love that with Cheddar and Lendeborg. And Cadeau the rebound. Not going to get an easier look than that. Yaxel flying through. Lendeborg has not missed a shot yet today. What a move. And he bangs another.
This team. 35-31 Michigan. Lendeborg! Cleared by Lendeborg.
Multi-talented. Can take you on his own.
Spin to the rim!
Raising the front of the iron. Long pass ahead. Lendeborg. Lendeborg on the drive with the hammer.
Oh boy. DeVries didn't see it. Here's Burnett. Burnett to Lendeborg.
Sit back. Now leading the break. Lendeborg! He's set quickly.
This is micro
Look
surgery.
at this.
Lendeborg, duck and cover.
5 from the floor. Estrella on Lendeborg. Yaxel wants to take him. He wins. Cadeau sends it to the corner. Extra pass. Lendeborg wide open. But I agree with Rick Barnes. Lendeborg for 3. Lendeborg. Why not? And Roddy Gale of Michigan remain very good friends to this day. Lendeborg has 20.
Jim, and they realize they just love the game, so they travel together to approach.
Lendeborg has some space, hits the block. Lendeborg trying to go coast to coast. Drop coverage, she's wide open. Lendeborg a 3, it's good. Wright's a little more aggressive that time and not letting Lendeborg get anywhere he wants off that screen. Lendeborg inside, and he
now for Michigan, playing 5-on-4. Burnett to Yaxel Lendeborg. Lendeborg, another one shows like Jeffrey. Yaxel Lendeborg, he's got a 3. He can really stroke. Remaining in this first half. Up top, Lendeborg! Space, got away from Lendeborg, who's on the run out now. The missed 3, and pass. The Big Ten Player of the Year, Michigan. McKinney, extra pass, Lendeborg for 3. They get a chance to go to Chicago for the Sweet 16 Elite 8, Final 4 in Indianapolis this year. Days, those 3 games against those opponents with a point differential of 110 in 3 days. Aggressive offensively.
Hunting for his opportunities. Lendeborg thought about a 3. He'll line it up. Bottom. Mara way outside. He lost it upstairs.
Basically, beating on the bounce.
51-42. Lendeborg in 10. #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Down by 8. Lendeborg got him. Gale. Oh, he may have gotten away with one. Lendeborg lines it up. Bingo. Mara, ball fake.
He finds people.
Again, Lendeborg gets a touch. Swing it outside Johnson. 6 seconds left. Cadeau, little shake and bake. Winding down. Lendeborg. Oh, yeah! The freshman from Cleveland, Ohio.
Big upside. Boy, that's a good team.
Lendeborg.
Rebounding well. Only 3 offensive rebounds in this game.
Nice job by Kohler with the switch.
Faked on the double. Lendeborg tried to take the baseline. He's cut off by Kohler. The back in. The extra fake and the deuce. Lendeborg is going to stroke it and connect. Is at 10. Swing it. Back. Oh, down goes Kohler. Lendeborg.
That is best. Nice slip.
Kick it. Lendeborg, book it.
Lendeborg, top candidate for Big Ten Player of the Year. Bucket of the game. Shot clock to 5. Lendeborg, Elliot Cadeau with the ball, the leading scorer for Michigan so far. Lendeborg, boy, he's seen look ball. He's going to pull the trigger. Lendeborg, another 3 for him.
Yaxel didn't. Poise. Now he's got him again.
He wants it back. He carves the lane.
Illinois didn't have a 3 for the final 13 minutes of the first half. They had 2.
On the drive, Burnett through the lane finds Lendeborg, the 3.
And a 5-0 run for the Blue Devils. Lendeborg fouled, and junior, the transfer from Ohio State. Lendeborg comes down with it, and game. His worst is 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Lendeborg open. Hits, get at the other end. He went right into the body of Mara. That takes away his shot blocking ability. Mismatch it. Mara going to work offensively. Cadeau. Lendeborg again.
The game, and both these teams can do it, but Michigan right now flexing their muscles on the boards. Michigan not letting Kaufman-Renn get left shoulder.
Cadeau thought about another one. Lendeborg. Not skip it. Burnett. 18 to shoot. Lendeborg. Oh.
Right answer quick enough. Ooh, nice extension.
Lendeborg. He's got the angle. By in this second half. Half-court set here for Michigan. And a jump called on Jamerson. That's his 3rd. Lendeborg.
Not been a great start here in Evanston. No, not for Michigan, but for everybody else in this building it has. And that Martinelli's floating. Nice drive, everything but the bucket there. Offensive rebound, put back in a foul. Michigan's team foul count. Northwestern closer to that double bonus. Lendeborg on the drive. That is a tough.
And then if anybody gets it wrong, I yell at the manager sitting behind the bench.
This is where he's tough. Look at him disperse. Spray.
Lendeborg. Ball right now. Nobody played him closer in Ann Arbor than we have. Coming to Wisconsin.
Lendeborg. Of course, the numbers you pointed out there. This kid going wherever he wants to go. Let's not go.
Lendeborg involved in the offense.
He plays within the game.
There it is.
How about competitors' fears, though?
He'll take a 3.
Shot.
Got that one blocked by Lendeborg. Ahead of the field to the basket. Wham! Ohio State put it on the deck. Lendeborg rips it out. 3 on 2. Here he comes.
The kind of players to fill out his roster. Speaking about filling out the roster.
You said it. That was all Ronnie Gale, who does the little things. Lendeborg. Drains it. Not to mention Dana Altman's one of 3 coaches in the country. Tom Izzo and Bill Self the others, with 27 consecutive winning seasons. Lendeborg.
His 5 attempts in this game. He'll try a 4-3 and 1 opportunity. And he misses, but Lendeborg, who has awakened, denies, kept on trying. Down, didn't bring the ball down, and went immediately opposite to Mandequit on the other side. Gonbach back in means he's playing with 3 fouls.
It's defense too good to go against it set.
Yeah, loves to create post-ups here.
Lendeborg with a 3. Start in 7 seasons. 14-0 coming in with the move right here.
Lendeborg cut better, and Morez Johnson with a good cut to the rim. Yaxel Lendeborg is in there tonight with that short possessions. What it's about. Johnson gets out of there. Reed should have had a steal for Penn State. Instead, Lendeborg.
2 areas USC has got to be with it.
Back-to-back turnovers on the other end. Michigan hasn't scored in close to 3 minutes. Lendeborg. Yes, sir.
Gale now inside. That one's rejected, but goes right to Burnett. Look at Michigan work the ball around. Lendeborg. What?
You're going to continue to have that consistency because you have to.
Corner. Lendeborg. 3. Now here's the rebound to Mara. He's going to go deep and a home run. Okay.
Did I surprise you a little bit?
What?
No, I get one good. That's all I need.
Okay.
I'm good. Stop while you're ahead, young.
Okay.
Young people out there when you're ahead.
A high-scoring game is how Michigan's going to win this. Johnson, Lendeborg, 2-2.
Quain had a 41-point game versus Mount St. Mary's.
Lendeborg. Oh! Mara the high pitch. Lendeborg. Great ball movement here.
His own defense right here.
It's like a pick your poison.
Off the dribble, force Michigan have to rotate over. That time Turchin able to walk the baseline to get it in.
Hands by Michigan, and yet another turnover for the Scarlet Knights.
Lendeborg. Now you got to play him out to 23 feet.
And if you don't close out under control, he has the ability to put the ball on the floor and become a playmaker as well.
And Lendeborg.
Massive leads in Vegas, and they never stepped off the gas.
And that
As Johnson misses. Jalen Rose said earlier, Lendeborg, an offensive.
But he knows what we do. Mike Burgermaster's his offensive coordinator. We kept the staff together. There we go with Wee. How many Wees? Let's count how many Wees I went up. I had talked to the coaches this morning and said we can't worry about matchups. It's got to be bodies on bodies.
Yaxel Lendeborg for three. Have to go. This is a team that is averaging over 90 points a game. To go along with that great defense, count that.
Connected by 2 words, go blue. And that pride is real. And Dutch did an amazing job.
Let's pull off those uniforms.
I got one thing I'm disappointed about.
Mara, good passer. Ball's moving well. Corner 3 ball. Lendeborg was a star at UAB. Stat stuffing machine. He was playing the 4 last year. Ooh. They moved to the 3, and he scored. To the middle. LJ Kaysen. And off the knee of Guath. Guath's taking a beating right now. Lendeborg. Yeah.
What a treat for all of us to take part in this great new tradition.
Ooh. Yaxel.
And get hot in a hurry, and that's the second one here in the second half. 8 of 24 now from three-point range for the Blue Raiders. Lendeborg trying to recruit out of high school. That was the 10th rebound for Yaxel Lendeborg. His 47th career double-double. As they get more games under their belt. Lendeborg's definitely a guy you can go to down.
It's a player who needs to put that shot in his back pocket.
attack it. And a foul, and it goes! Even though that's not a shooting foul, but it puts Michigan into the double bonus for the rest of that.
And I would go inside as much as I could. I like this.
Attacking and
smart.
On a lob.
Back to rebound. Tennessee is now 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. Gale, transition three. Yes. Cadeau out to Gale. Extra pass, Lendeborg. Now Cadeau in the corner. It's the last shot. I mean, on Friday. Cadeau over to Lendeborg. To McKinney. Again. And he misses his second straight. Lendeborg looking for an outlet. He's got McKinney. Nobody back. McKinney lays on.
That wasn't great transition defense there. Jefferson was pretty much wide open.
Gale from the outside. Allen, bad pass. He threw it right to Lendeborg. Up ahead of the pack, Burnett. And Burnett.
See, now the problem is the Alabama game is slowed down. Now they're playing half court.
Lendeborg leaves it. Counted. Johns coming right down to the wire.
And Millett had an easy one there, and I don't know why he passed it out.
Kenny spins baseline, turns it back. Lendeborg wants it. Lendeborg driving Gillis. He'll lob it. Oh, that's it.
Ride that hot hand. Lendeborg, the spin, dish, Mara, they give that to him, and he nails it.
In the game yesterday. This pass, Johnson for three. Knocked it through.
Because of the crowd, home and away. 10 to shoot. Lendeborg, drive, kick. Corner. Playing without Kaysen, so look, it's still getting used to that. A little back screen, he had a look too. Lob it up.
Lendeborg has a three inside to Mara on the three. Lendeborg back up top. Morez Johnson.
Donovan's guys, right?
No, and again, he's shape-shifted at every turn with different personnel. Here's Johnson.
He's working on that.
Well, this Minnesota team has averaged 11 made threes. They're going to need about 14 of those to win on Michigan's own floor tonight.
Cadeau will try to get a three. Lendeborg with the pass fake into the corner, finds the open Kaysen. At three, pinballs around.
Park in the middle of the lane. And you don't mind daring Malik Brown to take that shot. Here's a...
They gave him an early opportunity, but Lendeborg stayed in that play and didn't give him an angle. Really good interior defense off that pass.
Gale caught.
Great ball movement. McKinney's three is good. Cox step away. Had it blocked by Lendeborg.
What a contest.
On the leak out, Lendeborg on the attack. Lawyer was there, and McKinney perfectly placed. Lendeborg on the attack. Johnson filling the lane.
Hummer doesn't have to score points to be a factor.
UCLA has been held to just 16 points in the second.
Handle set a step up like Michigan's doing. Force them to make a decision with him going to the basket.
Whatever you need, coach. Just a racing Tilly. Here comes Johnson.
So good shot. That's the shot you got to take and make. And look who's running the floor.
Continue to be out.
Excuse me. This is their 2-3. Now they switch it back. Michigan worked really hard on plays like that yesterday game. I want him to shoot it. Nice cut. And how about the look? I want to see how good he was. And he's like magical in his feel. And it's just even that. Made sure before the sickness and injuries.
And Lendeborg going to work. Namari Burnett.
The game. Michigan was down by 1 at the half on Saturday to a depleted Oregon team. Mara starts the second.
Perimeter, not that Morez Johnson can't guard out there, but he surprised him there with the bounce.
Burnett, he's got that.
The set plays were for those two guys.
This is so rare for Oregon to be 8-9. All Dane Altman has done in his
teams are 4-0 in conference play and 7-0 at home, and they go inside Mara with a
Score, obviously, it gives you some confidence, but it also helps you control the pace a little bit.
Well, Lendeborg with a...
You've been coached differently. You've been told you weren't that good. You got to earn everything, and you get to a spot, and they say, no, you are.
The second half, continuing their trend of the first half, steal. Lendeborg ahead for Johnson, slam dunk.
Lendeborg inside. Mara quickly gets it in. Way long. Lendeborg tracks it down. He's got Burnett. Got Mara. Seven different Wolverines have an assist. There's the dump down again. High low. And it goes. Shot that one from the Potomac. And a quick one on the... E.J. Karsten's as good as it gets in the college game. Mara. The Rock. Only 8 turnovers, but when and how?
Didn't. That was enough to change the trajectory. On the break,
who fit the culture. Dusty May told me earlier the biggest advantage they have this offseason was continuity of some of the guys coming back. And he said one promise to the guys.
All of that up almost here in Las Vegas. Up top to Lendeborg. Miscommunication. 2-on-1. Kaysen lays it in the paint in a 3-on-1. No problem. For Johnson.
I've seen Illinois a little bit. They could still use that guy.
McKinney.
To our Fab Five brothers, and we're just so blessed that we had an opportunity to not only play together but change the game.
San Diego State 3 for 9 to start this game. Michigan at 4 for 8. They've knocked in a couple of threes, and now Cheddar can't. Almost a walk. Lendeborg directing traffic now. Dumps it inside. Vada turns, scores.
Well, he's going to build a monster program at Michigan. There's no question. Nice pass.
A dime. Mara rams it home. Down the lane. In the lane. And
really nice play by Arrington Page to bat that away. Here's West on the run. Rip off the...
Gillespie with Berg up ahead, and Berg.
Michigan team, a more free-flowing Michigan team, back to how they were at the beginning of the year.
Arrow was trying to extend his body, knocked it over to Carrington, and it's blocked by left. Bounce it, Kohler against Mara. Extra, Cooper, denied.
To Sage, Fulgaris. Great look to Sturts.
Assists and 5 blocks against the Gators. John Shire will tell you he does so many things for their 21 from three-point range. A good switch to stop that drive. Evans puts it on the deck. Somehow got it to Brown, and he...
And they're going to call it a deflection. 10 to shoot. Cox on the attack. Cox, step away. Had it blocked by left screen. Got to move. He will on the attack. Finds Kaufman run. Had it blocked by left.
Tiger on the glass. Yaxel so tough in all aspects of the game, including rebounding. Nice. Look at this.
Step snagged there by Daly, and it's blocked by Cheddar. He thought Daly was out of bounds. Booker had it.
Behind the back dribble for Martinelli. Working against Cano. Hit by Lendeborg.
Chapman has given him some offense off the bench. Underneath.
Midi here. He's going to switch.
Has an eye on Mingo. Leaves Blackwood.
And look who's there.
At the end of the clock, it's
25 seconds remaining in this basketball game. Divine.
They don't give up on anything.
A 12-6 start, no quad one wins though. They're still seeking that signature victory. 10 on the timer. Again, Robbie. Wilkerson stuck. It's at 6. Just elite defense by Michigan.
Oh, what a play to his ball game.
Deep one for Wilkerson. And that altered, and the Ducks have numbers on the other end. Takai Simpkins, reach. Simpkins. Takai Simpkins. Lendeborg.
Here's Yates attacking. And that
is a tough cover.
Throw again, takes it in. What a knockout.
Penn State with the ball. That's down by 6.
That's got to be better, Connor, that pass.
Juric back into the post. And
Watching that all Big Ten first team mix the midseason mark. 8 on the timer. CBN drive.
Worse, but this guy has been a factor. Baker Mazzara has gotten hot from 3 at times. Ezra Sark's going to will his way.
Baker Mazzara, they let him play. Kofi.
Look at that contest.
6 to 5. Archie makes a move. Nice little play. And then
Incredible. They're at 62% the last game and a half from beyond the arc. Oh, that's Lendeborg.
Last few possessions critical for the Terrapins. Adams knows how to change direction too.
Wraparound pass.
As much of it as possible before initiating the offense. Rice a little show and go, and Lendeborg point on a blow by. Adams.
Worley. That's the highlight of the night for Gonzaga.
Denied at the rim. Keyshawn Hall. Coach. Here's Bird now. Lendeborg on him. Bird. Can't shake Lendeborg. And now inside Miles Heidi. There's 2.
Lands drops it down low. Oh, what a rejection.
And Creighton. Those guys are older than at least 5 NBA teams.
Nice. And the block. Shot clock approaching 5. David punch.
Now you got to go to the basket. See, it's not a good possession.
And the block.
And you said it, Roxy, during the break. TCU's got to find some offense.
With the bucket and the block shot.
Right at the rim. Here comes Gaze on the find. Down the wing.
one alive. Cheddar with the hustle, but taken away by Neva Larua. He's on the break. He has
off the bench. He's at the scorer's table. I mean, McKinney's been so good.
One season, they come in averaging 83.5 points per game.
Garlic on the floor, really
deflected.
Nice hands here.
Watch this game and move on.
Download a Royal.
Now they got to watch the opposite. Carr, hard cut. He dribbled it off his foot. Lendeborg.
Oswell chooses left against Johnson.
I will need you in the second half.
He will now definitely have to sit for the final 7 minutes of the first half. Nearly turned over and
per game. So on certain nights, it's just not going to be your night. Smith thought about the pass.
Edge for Michigan, early stages, second half.
I always like to be the guy with the iPad and don't come up with the right answer quick enough. Boom, nice extent.
Don't seem like they have any gas left in the tank.
This is a form of art right now. We're watching this guy in that empty side, no coverage.
Layup for layup.
And let them hear about it.
Averaging 9 a game, 5 to shoot. Tilly lobs it inside.
Conaway only 2 minutes for one of their stars.
Hopefully he can get healthy because the Iowa game showed how dynamic.
he said he thought the team quit at Nebraska, and I'd echo that sentiment. I think Nebraska broke their will. A little more fight in the Ducks today.
In their defense, Nebraska's been breaking everybody's will.
Yeah, that's true.
For 40. And it's a stuck. They got to get to Lynn. They do. Lynn. Beautiful dish.
Perez Johnson down there.
You got Winter again.
Michigan with the first 4 of the second half. Continuing their trend of the first half.
The Celtics can match up, but not many in college basketball.
You did say in college basketball. Responsibility is not so much more incumbent.
Gets those puppies set quickly.
This is micro
Look
surgery.
at this.
Here's so figuring things out. Well, they have certainly done that in transition. A lot of talk about the freshman class, and rightfully so. Some fantastic freshmen all over the country.
See how far Michigan's pushing Auburn out off the three-point line, making them run their offense 30 feet from the basket.
Elijah Freeman finds Overton now. And right to
Smith tried to loft it up, looking for a loop. Oh, they shoot 41% on the season. Taking just under 13 per game, so it's a very important part of their offense, with Michigan doing a great job of intently getting the perimeter right now. Again, on this end.
Trying to speed it up a little bit.
That was Steve Forbes' hope. Talme's back tap.